I'm 35, and I don't know if I'm okay financially. Not, I'm broke. Not, I'm fine. Just uncertain. I don't panic when I check my bank account, but I don't feel safe either. There's money coming in. There's money going out. And somehow, none of it feels like it's building anything. What scares me isn't the numbers. It's the feeling that I should be further by now. That quiet thought you don't say out loud. If I'm already behind at 35, what does 45 look like? This isn't a story about losing everything overnight. No dramatic bankruptcy. No sudden medical disaster. Just a slower kind of damage. The kind you don't notice until you stop and really look. And when you do, you realize you've been moving for years without a clear financial direction. The turning point wasn't a single moment. It was a sentence. A very normal sentence. I'll figure it out later. I said that at 27, at 29, at 31. I said it when I switched jobs. When I moved apartments, when my income went up. Every time, later felt reasonable. Later felt responsible. Because life was busy. There was rent. There was work stress. There was trying to keep up with everyone else who looked like they had things under control. I wasn't reckless. I paid my bills. I avoided obvious disasters. But I also avoided looking too closely. I didn't ask hard questions about where my money was actually going. I didn't define what enough even meant for me. I let habits form without ever calling them decisions. And that's the part that matters, because neglect is still a choice, even if it doesn't feel like one. At 35, money stops being abstract. It stops being about dreams. It becomes about math. Very quiet math. How long can this last? What breaks if income drops? What happens if I can't work for 6 months? You start realizing that money isn't just money. It's time. It's options. It's how much control you actually have over your own life. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people at 35 are broke. They're fragile. 1 or 2 disruptions away from a situation they don't want to imagine. And fragility feels worse than being broke. Because broke has clarity. Fragile lives in denial. In the US, we're taught something very specific about money. Not directly, but through culture. If you're struggling financially, it's framed as a motivation problem. You didn't hustle enough. You didn't optimize enough. So when things feel off at 35, you assume the solution is a bigger move, a better strategy, a smarter investment, something dramatic. But the truth is much more boring and much harder to accept. Most financial problems at this age aren't caused by one bad decision. They're caused by years of undefined priorities. There's a specific kind of shame that hits at 35. It's not loud. It's subtle. You don't talk about money anymore. Not because you don't have any, but because you don't know how to explain your situation without sounding irresponsible. You nod when people talk about retirement. You change the subject when savings come up. You tell yourself everyone's behind. And maybe that's true, but it doesn't remove the weight. Because deep down, you know something important. You don't trust your own system. Here's the thing no one says clearly enough. A bad plan is often safer than no plan at all. Because at least a bad plan gives you feedback. No plan just lets time pass. And time passing is incredibly expensive. When you don't have a clear plan, you default to comfort. You spend in ways that feel justified. You avoid decisions that feel restrictive. You keep flexibility at the cost of progress. And flexibility feels smart, until you realize it's been quietly draining you. For me, the realization didn't come during a crisis. It came during a calm moment, a normal evening. Scrolling through numbers, not panicking, not emotional, just seeing the pattern clearly for the first time. Income up, spending up. Years passing, position unchanged. And that's when it hit me. Nothing was broken, which meant nothing was forcing me to change. And that was the real danger. There is no dramatic reset, no clean slate, no moment where everything suddenly aligns. Starting over financially at 35 doesn't look like a comeback story. It looks like acceptance. And acceptance is not passive, it's precise. Reset doesn't mean pretending you're starting from zero. You're not. You're starting from exactly where you are, with habits, with constraints, with responsibilities. Reset begins when you stop asking, how do I catch up? And start asking, what can I actually control from this point forward? That shift matters, because catching up is emotionally loaded. Control is not. Reset is a small first step. Not a master plan, not a spreadsheet fantasy. A small, uncomfortable decision that goes against your instinct. Some people, that means spending less even when income feels tight. For others, it means admitting that their lifestyle is funded by hope, not stability. The first step is rarely impressive. It won't make good content, but it changes your trajectory. This part is the hardest. At 35, your spending is tied to who you think you are, the places you go, the things you don't question anymore. Reset means saying, this version of me can't afford this anymore. Not because you failed, but because reality changed. And fighting reality is expensive. I don't have a clean ending for this. There's no moment where everything suddenly works. There's just a quieter life, more deliberate, less impressive, but more stable. Starting over financially at 35 without a clear plan doesn't make you late. It makes you honest. And honesty is the only place real progress ever starts. Not hope, not motivation, just truth. And the willingness to live inside it. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing.